It's the place you go when you finish your show. We're your two best friends. Our names are Max and Ben. We're self-proclaimed television experts. It's Reality Alert.
Oh!
Oh, Ben has a basketball on the live stream. He is spinning it on his finger so successfully.
Flawlessly. Tell them.
Carissa is shaking in her boots. He is coming for her part on the squad. The Harlem Globetrotters will never be the same.
Look at this move.
Oh my God. Around the back, through the hoop, he shoots, he scores. Yep. There we go.
We did it.
We did it.
We're the prop guys, huh? My wife says, please don't break anything. I don't know if she's talking about the things in the office or if she's talking about my limbs.
Or world records.
Yeah, that's what you're talking about, right, Amy?
Yeah, she doesn't want you to skyrocket to fame. She wouldn't know how to handle it.
Well, she'll never have to worry about that.
Yeah.
Oh, this was a good episode, though.
Yes, I think we might be heading towards some actual gameplay now. I think it's happening.
We had the good game in this
episode.
I like a good anonymous voting game. Yeah, and it was revealing too.
If that game hadn't happened, I don't think these people would have ever done anything.
No.
I think they would have just been like, all good vibes here, guys. No mistrust here. Guys, I'm very sorry, Rachel, when we voted for you. It was all a compliment, complete misunderstanding. I don't think we should have any mistrust in the circle. I think we should all rate each other number one and refuse to rate, and we should split the prize money at the end.
So season one,
feeling
basically.
about this? Yeah, basically. Everybody cool? Okay. Let's go. Let's yell at the camera.
No, oh man, there was a lot of yelling this episode.
In the beginning, especially.
Yeah.
And then they actually did calm down. In the beginning, I was like, my ears.
Yeah, relax, everybody.
No,
relax.
But I was very happy with how things turned out.
Yeah, I mean, this was one of our biggest complaints from the first batch of episodes was God knows we love us some Spice Girls, but there was a lack of gameplay going on, not by the Spice Girls. They were like the only ones playing the game. Like now, the ball is really rolling here. We're starting to see some people's strategies. Brew is one person that just out of left field, I'm starting to see like some more strategic talk from him rather than just brew puns the entire time. Don't get me wrong. I love those brew puns. I love them.
Yeah.
But yeah. But look, I'm happy to see some strategy injected into the circle. That's Professor Tim Wilson, he said to, the strategy thing, that's all you Americans. You Americans love the strategy stuff. I love it.
Yes,
give us more strategy.
Just strategy, no kindness, no kindness. All I care about is money, baby.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Let's get into this episode, shall we?
Yes, let's get into it. It really was the Spice Girls' time to go, as much as I will miss them. I actually think it was the appropriate amount of time, but I will miss them dearly. Yes, so I forgot.
And Cookie. We're gonna miss Cookie.
Cookie alert!
Cookie alert! We get the cookie alert. Not Cookie. They could have left Cookie, right?
Yeah, with Alyssa.
Yeah, Alyssa or someone.
Alyssa's hands down already the winner of the circle. She doesn't even need the 150K.
She got to hold Cookie.
She got to hug the puppin.
I know. It's
cute.
So, I totally remembered that this was the cliffhanger. Who is Rachel gonna vote for? All week I was like, oh, I can't get it out of my head. This cliffhanger.
It's definitely gonna be Jared, and they're not gonna get that extra $50,000. We definitely didn't already see a trailer that said that they won it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Rachel voted for Alyssa. So the Spice Girls did trick one person into the Alyssa vote, that person being Rachel, maybe. Yu Ling voted for Rachel. Rachel blames it on herself for having a hard time being open, but it could also just be that you're a paranormal investigator, and that's a pretty suspicious job title.
She's also new to the circle.
Yeah.
And it's probably the safest move for all the other circle cast members to vote for her and then apologize later.
Exactly.
Just saying, I don't think it's anything personal towards Rachel. Rachel felt really hurt by this. Which, you know, you're in the circle, you're all by yourself in your room. I can see how it can get in your head a little bit for a little while, you know, but yeah, I don't think anything was personal here at
Maybe
all.
she wasn't hurt by this, and there were ghosts punching her, and that's what she was really hurt by, and that's what she was talking about.
She was physically.
She feels things that we don't see.
That's
Ben.
true. That's true.
She's different than you and I.
Yeah, the ghosts of John Lennon and George Harrison were punching her, and
yes, yes.
Especially John Lennon.
And Boleyn and the other Boleyn girl are there.
Right.
Don't forget about the other Boleyn girl.
Winston Churchill, he's there too.
Yes, and the other Winston Churchill boy.
Trying to think of other British dead people.
David Cameron.
David Cameron. No, wait. He's still alive. Tony Blair. Oh, wait. Hold on.
The other Tony Blair boy.
Going through the old British Rolodex here. Okay. This is tough.
I can't think of him. All British people are alive somehow. They all live very long time.
Forever. Yeah.
Yes.
John Oliver. Oh, no, wait. He's alive. He's on HBO. Shit. Well, we'll never know.
So, the prize money goes up. Alex says he's going to buy a house and a pool now. Interesting. The banker
doesn't know what the housing market is like right now,
and about taxes too. You know, a lot of tax money is going to come out of that $150,000. Maybe he knows workaround for taxes because he's a banker. Got some offshore accounts.
Get ready for this one. Ready? A house, yeah, more like a dollhouse. A pool, more like a kiddie pool.
Well, actually, he's the smartest person to ever play the circle, so maybe you should just trust him on this one.
I'm gonna trust him. He's a banker, so maybe he'll know when certain houses are foreclosed before others, and maybe that's how he can.
That's true.
Get in on it.
He's smarter than us, so we should. Anyway, we get. And we learned the Spice Girls are going to come greet one person.
Yeah.
I'm about to have a heart attack. Okay?
Don't, Frank. Don't.
Okay? Well, the Spice Girls are already leaving. We can't have an unintentional double blocking.
No. We don't need it. Not in our lives.
So the Spice Girls meet Alyssa.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
Oh, boy. Everybody's apartment is so messy, by the way.
Except for Alyssa.
Everybody's going around and cleaning, like their parents are coming home, and they're trying to kick everybody out of the party.
Yeah,
it's bad.
It would be really funny to meet the Spice Girls, and also you're meeting them, and the Spice Girls are like wearing their pajamas. That really adds to the comedy of it.
Fantastic, yeah.
I'd be like, you couldn't put on some clothes to come see me, Spice Girls.
What are you, some sort of baby Spice? Huh?
Come on. And the whole thing is that Alyssa knew they were the Spice Girls because they said that they were 28 and didn't remember the Spice Girls. Okay, Smarty Spice. Okay.
Yeah. That's good. That's pretty good. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Makes sense to me.
Yes.
Zero recollection whatsoever.
So everyone is on to Carol being a catfish, but who cares? Who cares, Ben?
Yeah, I don't care. Brew doesn't care.
Yeah, who gives a shit?
Who gives a shit?
Uh,
He should just upload his photo eventually. John. He'll be like, you can still call me mama, but this is me.
what do you think about Alyssa saying that her strategy is to not have any large alliances and only have small ones?
I hope those small ones add up to a number that's a majority for her.
Yeah,
That's
I
all
know.
That's all
It's
I know.
like, but to be an influencer, you need a large amount of people to want to vote you high enough to take you to the top.
Yeah.
Because being in a throuple is not large enough. So.
Yep. Yeah, I don't know. I think the circle is all about inclusivity. You gotta don't shy away from anybody at all in particular. And I think people like her and Carissa, they're shying away from anyone who's a catfish that they deem a catfish, and I don't think it's good gameplay on their parts. I don't.
No, who cares if someone's a catfish?
Yeah. Yep. I mean, I think Alyssa is really smart, and she has really good instincts because her and Carissa are really nailing who's a catfish and who's not. Frank too is pretty good at that. He's very perceptive as well. But man, like it's one thing to know it, it's another thing to want to go after someone who's keeping you close in the game.
Yeah, I know. It's just like it just doesn't matter.
No.
Like just talk to them and see if they're on your side or not, and then be like, oh, okay, well, whatever.
Yeah. Yep.
Like just suss out if they're a catfish you can trust or not.
Yep. Exactly.
Yeah, they also talk about they also spill some tea. They tell her that Nathan doesn't trust Rachel. They talk about how the throuple thing, Carol being a catfish, just some basics. The usual apartment talk. I really liked this line as they were leaving.
Just remember, you're on camera 24/7.
24/7.
I know. Can't masturbate.
But Scary Spice, there's 8,000 nerve endings in the clitoris.
Oh my God, it's Mel B.
That's that Mel B.
It almost sounds like he's saying beer. Mel Beer.
That is just Mel B trying to Scary Spice her into making some good decisions and not get, put anything on camera she doesn't want to.
You know what to say if you have to do a naughty. You gotta go take a cold shower. That's the law.
Yes.
You have to say you gotta go take a cold shower. You have to say it.
Yes.
Oh, next morning we get that message for the circle from the Spice Girls.
Did you notice, like, right before that, though, when Brew is in bed and he has his shirt off and he says, are we sure the Spice Girls still aren't coming to visit? I don't think he intended it that way, but I'm like, really, Brew? You don't understand the connotation here? He's like, are we sure the Spice Girls aren't still coming?
He stayed up till 4 a.m. that night.
He's just in bed with his shirt off. He's like, are they coming? Brew, isn't one throuple enough? He's like, oh, the Spice Girls.
He needs to.
They're going to come into bed with their PJs on into bed with Brew.
Yep. That'd be cute.
Yes. But yes, the next morning we do get the message from Jared.
Yeah. Yep. They don't believe they're the only catfish in the circle.
Gasp.
Everybody's jaws have dropped.
They
Oh my
cannot
God!
believe
Are
it.
you telling me there's a catfish in the circle?
Say what? We must hunt. We must hunt the catfish.
Whoever they fucking visited is dead.
I don't
They're
even want to
dead.
win. I just want to hunt the catfish.
Yeah. That's just the funnest thing to do.
Yes.
Whoever they went to see is blocked. Bye-bye.
So at this point, I'm
Bye-bye.
thinking Alyssa should not.
No.
But she says, all right, I should say that it was me because I don't want there to be mistrust between everyone.
Well, now there will be.
But why wouldn't you want there to be mistrust between everyone?
Sure, create some fractures. Why not?
Why?
Yeah.
You could take advantage of that.
Instead, now they're all just going to mistrust one person, Alyssa.
People weren't going to assume it was Alyssa.
Yeah, but there were already like you know how it is. Every time somebody says, everybody's going, "Oh, well, jotting that down in my notes."
Yeah, but there was
They
no
went to
rea-
see Alyssa, and they said there could be a catfish. People read into too much shit.
Well, no, exactly.
time,
That's why
yeah.
she shouldn't have said anything.
I know. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, she should not have, but she did.
But I'm surprised that we didn't see more people go like, "Oh my God, she shouldn't have said that." But we only saw Bruce say something about it.
Was
No,
it Bru-
Alex. We only saw Alex.
Yeah, it was Alex Nathan. Mhm.
Alex is like, that was a dumb thing to say. If she was smart, if everybody else was smart like me, they would not. They would think that Alyssa was a catfish right now. Not everybody is dumb, right? I am
Well,
the smartest
Alyssa,
person of all
welcome.
time.
Welcome to the cork board, Alyssa. Welcome,
Yes.
welcome.
Yes, the Charlie Kelly corkboard. So
Flashes of Lee from season 2 with the serial killer
drawings.
drawings. Yeah, are we getting close there a little? Yeah. Oh,
Everybody apologizes to Rachel. I'm like, come on, guys, drama, no apologies, tons of mistrust. Come on, let's fan the flames. Come on.
yeah. Yeah. Come on. What could it hurt, you know? What could it hurt to make great TV for us?
Yeah, let's get
Please.
crazy. Let's get wild.
Yeah. So we
Just-
get this girls chat later.
Hey, ladies.
A lot of girl chats or guy chats.
Yeah. This is thing. John said, Krissa, I was flattered you thought I could have been the Spice Girls. That made me feel a little younger. And apparently everybody else thought it was defensive, but him and Krissa really connected over it, apparently. She was like, oh, we're close now. And he was like, oh, I think we really made up. And she wasn't really coming after me with the catfish thing. And now we're okay.
Yeah.
How did that happen?
Yeah.
How is everyone just smoothing things over?
It's that easy sometimes, I guess. I don't know.
Okay, good for you guys.
We knew that was coming, though. We knew.
I
there'd be
know, but it was
apologies from
weird. It
all
sounded so
ends.
passive aggressive.
It did a little bit. Yeah, Yu Ling was like, "Oh, damn."
Yeah, I did. I was like,
She's coming for
what?
him.
And John was like, oh, we're good now. Chris was like, oh. And I was like, what?
Oh, I think when you're the person who did it or voted for them, then you're just looking for any way to avoid the awkward moment that could come afterwards. So she's like, "Oh, I choose to believe that you're not being passive aggressive."
This was
This
just
was
a nice chat.
Yeah, it's a sweet little chat. I miss the
Rachel
Spice
had
Girls.
her accordion on during this whole thing. Why didn't she play? I wanted to hear a song from her. What do you think she should have played, Max?
I think she should have played. Yeah, she like had
Yeah.
inspiration.
There we go.
Why aren't we hearing anything from her?
Come on.
Maybe she can't really play, but we have to listen to Brew not really play things. Why can't we listen to her play?
Yeah, play the Star Wars saga from Weird Al. Play Amish Paradise.
Yeah, she can only play Weird Al.
White and nerdy. Well, what else would you play with an accordion? Golly. It's a wasted opportunity if you don't.
So we get the who ja think?
Who'd you think?
Who ya think?
Yeah.
What'd you
What'd you think?
What'd you What just that thing?
It sounds like a David Lynch
Yeah, it
way of
does.
talking.
So let me say it backwards. Can you talk at the eye of the wa?
Laura Palmer.
Buckle up, because we're about to take a ride.
I'm buckled.
Who do you think has the best vibe? Alyssa, Krissa, Yu Ling all got 2 votes. Okay.
I can see that. I
can see that.
Yeah. Yep. I'm surprised Frank wasn't a little higher up, but yeah.
Yeah.
Frank's got good vibes.
Apparently not vibey enough.
I guess
He
not.
didn't even get 1 vote.
Wow.
Wait, did he? No. Wait.
Well, 2 each. That's a lot. Yeah.
But that wasn't the total. Because,
So there must have been, there's 2 more votes. We don't know.
Yeah, we don't know. We only saw that.
Yep.
Who should speak up more? 3 for Nathan, 2 for Yu Ling, 1 for Brew, 1 for Krissa, and 1 for Rachel.
Nathan makes sense because he's new to the circle, probably hasn't gotten that many private chats yet. Yu Ling, she's kind of had this thing from the beginning, and Mama Carol, aka John, keeps trying to push her to talk more. So yeah, this wasn't a huge surprise to me.
I think Alex is probably the whole time just like calculating the whole time, not talking. Just being like, how can I defeat these people with my brain?
I will say,
Baby Nathan. Hashtag Baby Nathan.
Alex is an interesting character in this show because he is like really trying to be more strategic than maybe anyone we've ever seen in the show. Having said that, he is lacking a big part of the game right now, which is just the purely social aspect. And I don't know. We're really not seeing him make really tight bonds or connections through this. Like the Krissa chat was good. I just don't know if he's going to ever be able to use his strategies, just because he hasn't really fully clicked with anybody yet.
Yeah, he's thinking 2 votes ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Which is very interesting.
Just get the base down right away. Make sure you got your people, and then start, playing.
You
chess,
have to survive that second vote also.
Yeah,
because you're not safe that second vote.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. I don't know. It's just, and look, credit to him too, because it's really hard to be a catfish in the circle.
I hope
it's
he
really
pulls
hard.
off eliminate Carol in 2 votes play. That'd be pretty cool. Although I would miss John, but somebody pulling off a elimination in 2 vote plan. But also, it's like there's so many twists. How can you plan for something in 2 votes? The vote off might not even be straightforward.
If I'm a catfish, though, I want to keep other catfish around in the circle. Me personally, if I were on the show, if I'm a catfish, I want as many catfish around me. Call them shields. Call them people who aren't going to be catfish hunting. Those are the people that I want the most in my circle, is people that don't give a shit about catfish.
He might not know that Carol's a catfish yet.
Well, no, he's hinted to it a little bit many times. Yep, many times he's talked about it. So
yeah,
I mean, he's got his suspicions. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why Carol is the person that he's like
going for. Yeah. I feel like for his game specifically, you'd want to keep Carol
maybe
around.
Just because he thinks that Carol is voted most strategic, most trustworthy, most blah blah blah.
Yeah, maybe he sees her as the biggest threat.
It will shift the game around.
Yeah.
Look, Alex is smarter than us, dude. You can try to criticize what he's doing, but it's not gonna.
He hasn't said it that much.
I'm kidding. It's a joke. No, I like him. I feel like I'm too hard on him. It's just the only thing I can make fun of him for. There's nothing else to harp on him for.
Yeah.
No, I like him.
That's good.
He's the only one playing.
Yeah.
The game.
I think Carol's playing too.
No, I know there are people playing, but I like that he's like, okay, game plan. Here's the battle. 2 steps ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I love it. I love it.
I do. I want to see if it works in the circle. I have a hard time imagining that it can work, but I want to see if it works.
It's tough because I feel like, going in being like with a really strategic mind is so tough in the circle if you're a catfish. Like Delisa it's a miracle that she won that season. And I think part of it is because she got into like a little showmance thing. And maybe that's what Nathan needs to do this season. He needs to get into like a showmance with Yu Ling. Like he needs to try and take it up another level to basically be like, Yu Ling, I am your number one, not Alyssa. I am your number one every single week. And you are my number, and
Yeah.
I am your number one. You know, like sometimes that's what it takes. If you're going to be a catfish, like, get into a relationship on the show. That's going to be your the best thing to take you along further in the game, because that person will protect you amongst
I know.
everybody else in the
Keep
circle.
hitting Yu Ling up, you know?
He has to, I think. Yeah.
Who do you think is the most strategic? 4 Carol, 2 Frank, 1 Alyssa, 1 Brew. Ooh, John getting sniped.
Yeah. They all know that he's a catfish, I think, and yet some
Yes.
people don't care, which is also awesome. We love that. We love
Now
that.
we're getting dirty.
I mean,
Now we're
also, I
getting
think
dirty.
somebody called it out that I think maybe Yu Ling said it. It's just like, oh, like Carol and Frank are the top 2. They were also just like the first influencers, and also since that, nothing else has happened in the game. Because
That's true. Yeah.
it's everything was Spice Girls, so it's like, who else are you gonna say was the most strategic? They're the only 2 people who've done anything. Like nothing has even happened.
True. Yeah. Yep. Good point. Yeah.
Like barely anything has even gone on. So like,
Yeah, it's been all Spice Girls all the time. Yeah.
so it's like, yeah, I guess Carol and Frank, they were voted influencer, so they somehow got there, and then they voted somebody out, and Carol was the one to announce it. So yeah, Carol and Frank.
There does seem to be a collective thought, though, that Carol is probably a catfish.
Yeah, definitely.
But that doesn't mean she's not still tight with most people.
Well, yeah, and we saw that because who do you think is the most trustworthy? 2 Carol, 2 Krissa, 2 Yu Ling, 1 Brew, 1 Frank.
I really think only Alyssa and Alyssa and Krissa are the only ones really harping on the Carol thing, which is ironic because those are like the top 2 he was trying to save when he was influencer. But yeah, I think everybody else is like kind of okay with John being a catfish.
Yeah, well, we know Alex doesn't like Carol.
That's true. Yeah.
I think Frank doesn't really care about Carol, but doesn't feel great about Carol.
You're right. Carol could be in trouble at the next blocking. Who knows?
Yeah.
Depends on who the 2 influencers are. Yeah.
Definitely.
Yep. But I
Should
could
be
also see her coming out of it. Yeah.
Definitely.
Yep. Who do you think will win? We got 2 for Carol, 2 for Krissa, and 2 for Frank. I wonder who keeps voting for Carol for those things. We did see. Did Nate vote for Carol on that one too? He keeps trying to like put a big target on her back.
I forget. I should have
Nate /
written
Alex.
it down.
Yeah.
Yeah, or he might have voted for Chris. I think he might have voted for Krissa, but he was like, or Alyssa or someone. No, he didn't vote for Alyssa, but he's like happy somebody voted for Alyssa, but he did vote for Carol.
Yeah, he did vote for Carol. Yep.
Yeah, but he was like happy somebody voted for Alyssa. But it was basically everybody was just mainly voting like Carol, Krissa, and Frank.
Yeah.
And John said John was happy with the turnout of like what happened and said that he's very happy. Frank says he's not mad because he didn't have the most, and Krissa is like, I gotta team up with Frank because they're after us. So it's very interesting that Krissa is the only one who's like alarmed by the whole thing.
Yeah. As
John was
be.
pretty
Why not?
optimistic about everything. And I'm like, John, you should really be on the edge of your seat. He's always optimistic after everything. I'm like,
Yeah.
John, man, like they're coming after you.
I mean, this is so much information being given to all of them. You have to act right away based on what that information was that was given. And that's what Nathan does in this next scene. He immediately hits up Krissa for a private chat because he was one of the people who had said needs to talk more. They need to go out more, in the circle, basically.
Y'all are threatened. Y'all are threatened by me. I'm dancing, but I'm really scared that y'all are because it's not a good thing.
And they haven't even seen her basketball tricks. Then they'd be really threatened.
Do you see when she was writing in a journal and the ball was spinning on the pen?
My God. I stood up and I applauded. It was
I
a
was
standing O
like-
for me.
I was like, I can make the ball spin on like my nose, on like my eyelashes and
No,
stuff
you
like that.
can't.
But, like
Get
spinning on
outta
the
here.
yeah, on my eyelashes easily, like while I'm sleeping and stuff. But like in my sleep, but I can like spin plates and stuff. But like,
I can spin the ball on the floor. I can put it on the floor and I can spin it. Yeah. On the surfaces, I can spin it.
yeah. I'm
Flat
also a tightrope
surfaces.
walker with no net, but but
Wow.
what she did was very impressive.
Wow.
Yeah, million feet in the air, stuff like that.
That's
But
crazy.
What she did, very impressive.
Wow.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
I'm the number one karate champion in the world. So
I believe it.
yeah.
I believe it.
So pretty cool.
Very cool. Yeah. So Nathan hits up Krissa, and Krissa's like, Nathan.
little baby boy Nathan rocking around in his cradle in his apartment. Little
Hashtag baby Nathan.
What the fuck are we gonna talk about with Nathan?
Pacifiers, rattles.
I hope he knows that I'm gay. We got nothing to talk about. Nothing.
He's a baby, right? He likes balls. I'll show him my basketball. I'll tell him I have.
I hope he knows, because I don't know what we're going to talk about.
I mean, he does get it going though. He gets a conversation going.
No, I know. And apparently, Krista can't play basketball with her wife because her wife plays like a football player. That's why I can't play basketball with my girlfriend. She'll just tackle me.
Yeah, I've seen it. Maria.
I'm 6'3". She's 5'5", but she'll destroy me.
Maria, I've seen her tackle you to the ground before, and
she's aggro.
You get the wind knocked out of you.
She's
you can't breathe for a couple minutes.
Yeah,
and all the while she's standing over you, pointing in your face, telling you "fuck you," yelling at you.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
You can't play one-on-one games with only children. It's very difficult. Krissa is like, you hit me up. I'm surprised, but it's cool. And Alex is like, you're funny. That's why I hit you up. And Krissa's like, who you been talking to? And he's like, well, I've been vibing pretty hard with Yu Ling, if you know what I mean. And Krissa's like,
Oh, well, excuse me.
Ow!
She sounds like she's in like a Betty Boop cartoon.
Oh, well, excuse me.
Boop boop beep boop.
Well, that's unexpected.
Well, excuse me.
It sounds like a dying fox in the woods.
I know. I didn't know what she was saying at first. I was like, what words just came out of her mouth?
Yeah, this was a good talk. I thought they seemed to like each other. Maybe Nathan is in Chris's corner now.
Maybe.
I don't know. Is she really? If she wins influencer, is if the other person really wants Nathan gone, is she really going to be like fighting for him? I don't know.
Yeah, luckily he has a whole other like cycle to further build the bond.
Yes. Yep.
Apparently the throuple has been reunited. It's okay. They're back.
Yorma, Keeve, and Andy. They're all back together.
They're all back. Yuling says she likes Alyssa, but no one ranked her as trustworthy, so now she's unsure. But they turned out ranking each other number 1, so she's fine.
All's well that ends well, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because it's the season. Everyone's just like, oh well, yeah.
Yeah.
Brew is so in on the throuple though.
Yeah.
He's very in.
This is my throuple.
And
nobody else.
No men can even talk to these women. No one. He was like, I think Nathan's cool. Then he heard that Nathan flirted with Yuling, and he was like, no.
I'm boyfriends and girlfriends with them, not
Yes,
you.
just me. This is a real throuple in a real relationship. We're getting married.
Homewrecker.
We're moving to Utah. Yeah, I like how they talk about if Nathan, they're like maybe onto Nathan. They're like, he had like really good game. Does he have the emotional sensitivity at 22 to have good enough game? Do 22-year-olds have good game?
Yeah, that was an interesting.
I don't know.
I actually don't. I've never thought about it before.
I've never followed. I don't completely follow that logic. I think you can be good at flirting at 22. I think that is possible.
I met my wife at 21, and look how that worked out for me.
Dude, your game was
my game was sick, dude.
Fire, dude. No, I mean, maybe they went into like more details. Maybe Alex was talking about like very emotionally, since he was like talking about like he was going to like really deep emotional depth that we didn't see, that maybe 22-year-olds could not reach. But I would say from what we saw that Nathan was saying, it was not very impressive flirting.
It was too smart because he's a baby. And it should have just been gurgling. He should have just been
Yes.
in all the chat, and then they would have been like, "He's real.
He's really
This kid
22.
is real. He's really 22. He's a little baby.
Really 22. It was a real 22-year-old step.
He just kept saying ba 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 in the chat. I know.
Yeah, Alex really needs to dumb down his intelligence if he wants to be believed. He needs to be believable. You need to act the part. You need to embrace the character. You need to go method.
Every time you go in the chat, just write milk. Milk?
Yeah.
Baba.
There was this one part where like both Alyssa and Yuling had like both spilled some deets, and then Yuling is like, Brew better like also say something, because we've done a lot of legwork, and Brew is like, I want to say something about how Nathan is cool, but I probably shouldn't say anything about that. And then it just cuts to Alex working on the cork board like really meticulously. So cool, bro.
Yeah. Oh, their cutaways are fire. They really are
fire, dude. Dude, like your flirt game, bro. At 21, dude, your flirt game was fucking fire, son. Dude, you should do like a seminar, bro.
Yeah. I think Brew thinks he's actually gonna have a little 3-way kiss at the end of this. What do you think?
I hope he does. Like when they all meet at the end, we get like a 3-way kiss.
3 tongues connect in the center. Yes.
Please. Finally, another circle kiss. We need one. We waited 3 seasons since the first one.
Oh.
We need it to happen.
Iconic.
Yes. Frank invites Rachel to a chat, And I don't get why we need to check on Rachel. Why would you be so upset about everyone thinking that you were international pop stars from the 90s?
It's hurtful, Max. It's
Very
hurtful.
hurtful. No,
I'm a
everybody-
baby. I'm scary. You're saying I'm a scary baby?
Everybody
No.
thought I was famous pop stars from the 90s. How could you? No. You thought I was I thought I was the
Let's
Spice
get
Girl.
this straight. I wouldn't be a silly little pop singer. I study the paranormal, okay?
Yes, I've been on the Travel Channel, all right.
This is hurtful. It's hurtful.
Ridiculous. Just want to make sure you're all right.
I am surprised the witch oil did not protect her from all those votes.
Yeah,
what
maybe
did-
she got some bunk witch oil.
Yeah.
She got it. She has to find a different.
That's why you don't just find any witch in the woods. You know, get a
you have to
reference.
Find a different witch to get it from.
Yeah.
Maybe she got catfished by the witch that she
Yeah,
was getting it from.
probably.
It wasn't a real witch. That happens to me a lot. I think I'm seeing a real witch, and it turns out to be a fake witch. It's weird.
Yeah.
There's a lot of fake witches out there.
It's just water scented with a little lemon. That's all it was, I
It's
think.
weird. I think I'm seeing a witch, and this person. It turns out to be a fake witch. It's weird.
Yeah.
It's very weird.
I have that every Halloween. Every Halloween I have that.
Yeah, I do usually get it on. I do usually get it on while I'm trick or treating.
Yeah. Yeah. I've taken too much witch oil from too many people on Halloween. It's been not
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
It usually is a Capri Sun with a little bit of Scotch tape on it with marker written on
Yeah,
it that
perfect.
says witch oil.
Yeah.
It's weird. The person usually is my friend's mom.
I gotta
it's
stop
weird
drinking.
That,
I gotta stop drinking so much witch oil. I really
it's
do.
weird that the witch oil thing doesn't work out. They're connecting, and Frank is like, I'm not strategic. How could I be strategic? I'm saying I'm not strategic. So I'm not.
No, he's not at all.
I can't be strategic if I say I'm not strategic. I just want to make friends.
Hey, you know what? I think that's the most strategic thing you could possibly say. I think he could. I'm telling you, Max, this guy, he's gonna coast to the end.
Yep.
Frank is coasting all the way to the end.
Yeah, and she's like, "Oh, I'm gonna believe him. I'm gonna eat that right up."
And honestly, like he's sitting so perfectly in like this such neutral zone where everybody likes him and nobody would really get rid of him. Like it's just he could end up in that 2 or 3 spot towards the end, and it would just be perfect for a win.
People are just distracted by other people. They're like, "Oh, Krissa. Oh,
Yeah.
Carol. Alyssa."
Yeah.
Like, we could be mad at Frank, but what about Carol?
Yeah.
Or remember when we thought Rachel was a Spice Girl? What about her? Let's get her out. What about the new people? You know? It's
Well,
like, if Frank
credit
survives this
to
vote,
Frank
he's
because
fine.
Frank is literally loud. He's literally a loud person, but he's not sticking out like a sore thumb like some other contestants are. And he's just really just playing this game so smoothly, and it feels like effortlessly. You know?
I'm guessing he's not like chatting in all caps, you know?
Yes. You're right. He's not yelling in the chat. Yeah.
Can I send a voice memo? I want to send
Yeah.
a voice memo.
Well, that's the thing. Is someone like Frank, he really sticks out to audience members who are watching from home. But yeah, in the game of the circle, he's just positive vibes all around. Positive
Yeah.
vibes, smooth sailing to the end. Yeah.
Oh, please don't be me, Jesus. Fucking no.
Soundbite king.
Yep.
There he is.
So yeah, we learned that Rachel, similar to Alyssa, she also fell into her job. She grew up in a haunted house. Do you think that Alyssa grew up in a
Brothel.
I didn't know where I was going with that. I'm glad you filled it in.
It's the first thing that came to my
I was
mind.
gonna say in a sex therapist's house,
Okay, that could be too. That's a better answer than
in
mine.
a haunted brothel, in a former.
She grew up in what do they call those? What do they call those clinics where you can donate your sperm?
In a sperm.
Sperm bank.
She grew up in a sperm bank.
She was one of the in vitro babies, and nobody came to pick her up, so she just stayed there. That was it.
So, yeah, how do you? Yeah, so that's how she fell into being a paranormal person, or a active artist, hunter, investigator.
Investigator. Yes.
Yes.
Do you think that those were her earliest? You know how she said, like, "Oh, I became a paranormal because I had seen stuff early on in my age." Do you think she just saw like the people in the haunted house scaring her, and she? Do you think today still she thinks that haunted house is real?
Yes.
Yeah, has to. Maybe it is. Maybe it is. Wait, is this like a theme park haunted house, or is it like a real? You're saying it's like a
Yes,
real
she
haunted
thinks
house.
that her house that she grew up in was haunted.
Oh, I see. I thought you meant like in the Halloween haunted houses.
Wait, you think that she is saying that she grew up literally in like a theme park
haunted house, and then she believed that it was real, and then she believed
that would
it
be
was real.
such. She grew up on like Not Scary Farm. She grew up at Six Flags Fright Fest. Her
and
parents,
she completely bought it.
yeah, my parents were carnies, so I became a paranormal investigator. No, the house that she grew up in, which we would probably think was a normal house with creaky floorboards, probably.
Yeah.
Was haunted.
Yeah.
Or maybe we would have seen ghosts. I don't know, but she saw ghosts.
We're just we don't have the gift, Max.
Yeah, we don't have the gift.
We don't. We have the podcasting gift, just not the
Yes.
ghost gift.
Yes,
Yeah.
we don't have the gift. It was sweet when Frank brought up how his mom passed away. That was a nice, touching, vulnerable moment.
Yeah.
But then immediately Rachel is like, "Well, I can be a ghost hunter with you in the circle." I was like, "What?"
Ooh.
I thought she investigates. Now she hunts ghosts?
That's not nice.
No, I just kill ghosts now?
What did the ghost do to you? Huh?
Yeah. What?
Not very nice.
Yes.
Not cool.
So they hit it out. Also, we need a count on how many times Frank has said bitch so far in the circle.
It's a lot.
How many times he's going to do it again.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
It's a lot. It's definitely his favorite
Last
word.
season, the whole cast was saying it. This season, I think Frank could tie them or amass them.
I think he's the
with his
only one who has said bitch.
And
besides the Spice Girls.
He might beat season 3 for the number of
He
bitches.
says it every other word.
Yeah.
So get to player rankings. Yeah, so John Yuling won. Everything is like going interesting. Frank sticking with Krissa staying with Frank.
Brew, this is where we get our interesting insight from him. He says he puts Carol first and says he doesn't care if they're a fat catfish. They could be anything. I don't give a shit.
He doesn't care if they're a fat fish either. Catfish, fat fish, rat fish. I don't care what you are. I'll always love you.
I want to see what a hatfish looks like.
Hatfish. Okay, so Nathan ranks Carol number 2 because if she was back to back influencer, she would tank after.
Yeah.
So that's why he ranked her number 2, because he's hoping that if she's
He's hoping people
influencer-
will see her as a threat.
Yes.
And I just don't know if there's enough people in the circle that play that way on a usual basis, where people are like, this is a threat, we got to get them out. I don't think people play like that on the circle, do they? I love the intention. I love the idea
Yeah, I just
of
don't
it.
know.
Like, I love the idea of it, of going after threats. I just like, how well do you know everybody else in the circle that they're going to perceive that person as a threat?
Yeah, I'm like, have you gotten the temperature on how everyone else is playing to know how to that is a move that you can make?
Yeah. Because, I mean, if Carol gets power, she's just going to take out anyone who she deems might be against her. Not Nathan, but, I don't know. Yeah. If anything, being an influencer will only make you stronger, I feel like.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like a better rating system is always just to vote the people you think have your best interests in mind.
Yes. Right at the top. Yep. Protect those who will vote you high. Always. Always, always, always. Yeah.
Yeah. Or we'll save you. Yeah. I mean,
but hey, I'm interested.
I'm on board.
I'm on board.
To
I'm
see
looking.
if it works.
I'm looking to see where it goes. I really am. It's interesting.
It's certainly more interesting than a lot of what we see normally. So,
yes, 100%.
Rachel votes Chris a 3. Yu Ling voting Brew number 4. Okay, so who is Yu Ling? So Yu Ling is voting Alyssa number 1. Who is 2 and 3 over Brew? So Carol might be up there.
I think Carol is.
And then who else?
This doesn't sound like a very
Nathan.
This doesn't sound like a tight throuple to me, Max.
No,
Nathan can't be voted for, so it's not Nathan.
Oh, so who is it?
Krissa, maybe? I don't know. It's weird.
Frank?
Could be Frank. Clearly, the thruple thing doesn't mean as much to Yu Ling. I don't know.
Yeah. Krissa puts Carol number 5, so...
But then again, Brew voted Carol first, and he didn't vote Alyssa and Yu Ling first and second. So, maybe just none of them, except for Alyssa, really give a shit about the thruple thing.
Well, but he could have put them at least number
2
and 3. I mean, number 4 is, pretty low.
Yeah. Yep.
Krissa puts Carol number 5. We saw that coming. Alyssa puts Krissa number 5.
That was a bit of a surprise. I guess
Yeah.
have they just not chatted that much?
I think that's like part of it, and also I think she just said it was like strategic.
Yeah.
And then Nathan put Brew number 5 in hopes that Brew will be so weakened that he only has Nathan to turn to. Which
I kind of like that strategy.
I like the strategy. I just don't think that one. Well, I guess that could potentially work.
I don't know. To make moves like what Alex is making, you really have to have your finger on the pulse of the game to be like, okay, I know that Brew won't go home no matter what here. Because what if he ends up going home?
Well, yeah, I mean, I like the idea of the move. I just don't know if it will it will work. And
the problem here is we don't have our finger on the pulse enough of the game because the first 4 episodes were dedicated to
that's one thing. And then I also don't know if Nathan, and then I don't know if Brew will be like, oh, I'll only have Nathan to turn to now.
Yeah. Yep.
But I like the thinking. I think it's creative and it's going to be fun to watch.
Definitely.
It's fun to watch somebody be manipulative and then actually think in ways through voting to be manipulative.
Yeah. I can't think of too many players who have played that way, except for Freddie from UK Season 1, I think, was very manipulative with all of the ratings that he did.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's the only person I can think of. Yeah. But
So
yeah.
I'm excited to see how this shakes out.
Yeah. Yep. It's been good so far.
And I like that we're getting a lot of information like in the voting. I feel like in the past few seasons we've been looking at the ratings and been like, tell us what the votes are. Come on.
Yeah.
So like this is like a decent amount of information.
Yeah.
I still think
season
after
1 they
ratings,
showed a lot more votes.
Yeah.
And I'm glad they've returned to that because in 2 and 3 they did not show as many.
I still
votes.
think that they should give us the ratings always, but
yeah,
how would they manipulate the game if they didn't give us the ratings?
so true. So true. Uh-oh. Oh, Netflix, please look out. Thank God they don't watch us. Thank God. Oh, no, this was good. I'm ready to go for tomorrow for another episode of The Circle.
I am too.
I'm excited to see some
Buckle
familiar
up,
faces.
Cause we're about to take a ride.
You and I know there's some familiar faces coming up, so I'm excited to see those familiar faces.
Like Nikki Glazer?
Oh, yes, I forgot about that.
Is that what you're talking about?
Yes, and Trevor.
Trevor Glazer?
Yes, Trevor Glazer.
Spoilers.
I love Nikki Glazer, by the way.
I
I'm
do
so
too.
excited. Host
She's
of
really
F-Boy
crossing over
Island.
with all of our shows. She
I
was like promoting on Temptation Island also. Like she's just coming in everywhere.
Yeah, that's crazy. I met her once in real life. She's really nice.
Nice.
Really nice, really funny person. Yeah.
I agree.
I'm really excited. I think it's going to be like a Lil Yachty roast battle instead of a rap battle. That's my guess. Which would be amazing because that forces them all to go after each other more.
Well, in the trailer, that's what they were showing. So.
Oh, was it? It was roast specifically?
Yes.
Okay. I haven't seen the trailer since last week.
Okay, well, they were like, we're doing roasts.
Oh, okay.
With Nikki Glazer. Oh, I'm going to write a really mean roast. This is a roast battle.
So I nailed it. That's what you're saying.
It's just like with Little Yachty last season.
They did not say that.
This is war. Your raps were lit.
It's pretty gross that you start. You're like, you mouth it now.
I do.
For those. That's how. Do you dream about sound bites when you're asleep? Like
Yep.
you just live and breathe them. For our audience that's listening and not viewing, subscribe to our YouTube channel because every time Max does a soundbite, he mouths the words to the soundbite.
I
It's
fucking
great.
love sound bites, bro. I'm all about them. I dream them. I want to take sound bites from like other things and put them in the soundboard. And I'm always like, God, that was a good sound bite. God, that was a good sound bite. They're not even relevant. Everything I listen to, I think, is a soundbite. I could be having conversation with someone like at dinner, and I was just like, "Oh, that's such a good soundbite, man!" And they're like, "I don't know what you're talking about. What's a soundbite?"
Well, folks, we are going to be continuing our circle coverage tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern, with episode 6. No, not 3 p.m. Eastern, Max.
No, I think you do Tempty first.
Oh, Tempty's at 3 p.m. Eastern, so probably around 6 p.m. Eastern, around that area. We're going to be doing that. And then 2 episodes, episodes 7 and 8, we will be recapping on Friday. You can look forward to that. And as Max said, we're doing Temptation Island tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern. Only a couple episodes left for that. We're going to try and get some circle interviews this weekend as well. We'll see who we can get. And do we want to tease our fun thing that we're going to do next week, Max, or should we hold that in? Okay, we're not gonna. We got something fun coming up. That's all I'm going to say. We're just teasing.
Just teasing.
It'll be fun. All right. Anything else, Max? Follow us on socials, right?
Who's the Spice Girls?
That's what I want to know.
But yeah. Follow us, Reality Alert _ on Twitter, Reality Alert Podcast, Instagram, youtube.com/Reality Alert. And we're on Twitch as well, twitch.com/Reality Alert. That's it. Bye.
Bye.
It's the place you go when you finish your show. We're your two best friends. Our names are Max and Ben. We're self-proclaimed television experts. It's reality alert.